Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I've got some exciting news for you today. Well, maybe I'm a little bit too late, but hey, we'll see. We've got three big news all about Star Wars, as you can tell by the title, or down here, technically. We've got three big new things to talk about, mainly all about EA and the Star Wars license all together. But how about we get into this then? So the biggest news of today is that, well, EA doesn't have the license anymore. Doesn't have this. The deal that they had in place where Star Wars is being strictly developed by EA is basically not going to be renewed. Now, as many people out there have rightly said, there is a new studio that we'll talk about a little bit later on that is developing a new Star Wars project. But more importantly, let's talk about EA and what they have in store for us. So, more importantly, I'm going to go through the first story of today, which is Jedi Fallen Order is getting relatively soon a patch to make it all nice and pretty for the next generation of consoles. I'll go through that now. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Next Generation Optimization Update. So, of course, we knew that this was going to happen by EA, especially as it was a gorgeous looking game, and I don't think even Respawn had any objections to make this look from a gorgeous looking game to an even better looking one, especially on the next generation of consoles, especially as they did a patch for the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro. But yeah, I think we can all agree, no matter what your thoughts on the game itself, especially by EA, it was a very fantastic game with a fantastic story, with a fantastic set of casts, with the Joker from Gotham was a surprise, but a very delightful one. And now in the Star Wars universe, he is now known as Cal Rist. I can't remember his name now. All I remember is Cal Caristin? I don't know. I can't remember now. But yeah, it's got a fantastic cast to it. It's got fantastic characters, interesting links between the different Star Wars universe, and just an overall fantastic game. And if you haven't tried it yet, it's now on EA Play, which you can also get through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, or you can just download it just on your PlayStation or anything like that. Simple as that, and especially goes on. Basically, you can get it for Sweet FA now. When it gets on sales, it goes on all the time. So actually, how about we actually get into the news story and not just, fanboy about the game like, yes! Some of you have noticed a new title update being downloaded for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I thought it was coming soon. I was wrong. It is now officially on. It's now on next generations of consoles. Below you'll find the release notes for this update, which improved backwards compatibility performance, specifically on the latest generation of consoles. Oh, so it's not a proper thing, which is a little bit sad, but hey, it's still something at the end of the day. Improved frame rate for the Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. Excellent. We all will enjoy better frame rate, hopefully up to 60 frames per second, right? Improved dynamic resolution ranges for higher resolution experience on the Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5, of course. Improved post-processing resolution for the Xbox Series X and PS5, not including the Xbox Series S, because, as we all know, the S is just it doesn't have the graphical power for it because it is a cheaper console. Console specifics: Xbox Series S frame rate is increased up to 60 frames per second from the 45 frames per second, which is excellent. The Xbox Series S, as we've noted before, the 60 frames per second, and from the dynamic resolution from 1080p to 1440p, excellent. I even have the TV for it now. Yay! Xbox Series X normal mode. Performance mode, I should have preferenced that. And this is normal mode. Post-processing has been increased to 4K. Oh, Very nice. Very nice. I personally prefer the performance mode. I prefer better frames per second than just an increase in resolution. Dynamic resolution in a range of 1512p to 2160p, which is perfect if you're this type of person who enjoys just a better resolution. On the PlayStation 5, the frame rate has been increased up to 60 FPS. Post-processing increased up to 1440p. Dynamic resolution has been disabled, and the game is rendering at 1200p. I'm a bit surprised about that, to be fair. I knew the PlayStation 5 was, of course, as you know, is a little bit weaker in terms of graphical processing compared to the Series X, of course. But I thought they would have been roughly the same thing, but I don't know. As always, we appreciate your feedback should you run into any issues. This is an update just for graphics. I doubt you're going to find any issues. But that's not our main story today. Our main story today is that Ubisoft and Lucasfilm games, should be called LucasArts, are working on a new Star Wars game. Yay! Someone other than EA! Now, who is this particular development studio working on the Star Wars license? It is Ubisoft Massive. They are known of creating the Division games, so it's very much like Destiny rip-off, just with the Ubisoft twist sort of thing. Now, as much as I love the idea of a Ubisoft game actually having a Star Wars story-driven open world adventure game, as it says on there, I'm a little bit worried that perhaps it's going to be another live service game. When Star Wars doesn't need that. Yes, it needs more story-driven games, as we saw with the success of Jedi Fallen Orders, as I've spoken earlier about it. In fact, if I remember correctly, at one point we were discussing that it just hit over 10 million units sold, which, roughly speaking, to if we said each copy sold for 60 quid, that's already 600 million. And of course, it's probably selling even more now with when it goes on sale and everything like that. So Star Wars and everything like that can definitely make us money back based on just single player open world games. Now, I wouldn't technically call Jedi Fallen Order an open world game. I'd call it linear with open levels, shall we say. I did enjoy the game, don't get me wrong, but I would really like to see what Ubisoft can create. Now, later on down the line of today or tomorrow, I will be releasing a video about my particular. I've got a topic of who I think should work on the Star Wars license and everything like that. But I'm happy that Ubisoft has it. I'm worried about Ubisoft Massive taking control of everything, which is, yeah, it's a little bit worrying. I don't want any sort of DNA coming from the Division coming into this Star Wars game. I think a lot of people have that same worry, especially as Ubisoft has been known to rush out things, show it with microtransactions at the very last second, and reviews aren't kind of scrambled to say, right, at the last minute they kind of fucked us over, which isn't great on reviewers and that, but Ubisoft has been otherwise kind to other reviewers of their games. But I'm intrigued, yeah, I'm cautious about this. I think, in a way, you should all be the same. We want to know more information. Nothing much else has been said about what this particular game could be, whether it would be like a Mandalorian themed one, whether it could be like a ragtag game heading sort of thing. We don't know at the moment. So with that in mind, we've got one final thing, which is EA. If that's playing, Sorry about that. EA comments on making more Star Wars games after Lucasfilm Ubisoft partnership. Well, I was intrigued to see what EA might say about this, especially as they were the ones to have a 10-year deal with Disney to only create Star Wars games on this, and of course their 10-year deal is expiring in 2023, which is only 2 years off. This is why Lucasfilm Games have just announced the Ubisoft game. I feel like the Ubisoft game won't be released until 2023. But we have their statement on oh, got my dog here. Wants a bit of a cuddle. We have got a statement from them saying, "We are proud of our long-standing collaboration with Lucasfilms, which will continue for years to come," EA said in the statement. "Our talented teams have created some of our most successful games in the history of Star Wars franchise." Let's see about that, shall we? That's not for you to discuss. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yay! We like that one. That is a successful game that we can all agree on. Star Wars Battlefront. Bah, bah. No. It was lackluster and it sold abysmal. I don't know even how you can say that. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's a mobile game. Meh, but it probably sold quite a bit. Star Wars Squadrons. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, we like that one. I haven't personally played it myself, but I've heard that it's done quite well, sold quite a bit. It did quite well critically with all the reviewers, and I'm hoping to play it. It's only like 40 quid to be fair, so good on you, EA. And what was the last one? Star Wars Battlefront 2. We all know Star Wars Battlefront 2. Come on. We love Star Wars and we look forward to continuing creating more experiences for players to enjoy. So that basically means we're still creating games, we just don't want to redo the deal anymore. That's what I kind of got from them, where they said, right, let's not renew the deal. Let's either that or Lucasfilm was like, we're not taking any more shit from EA anymore. They caused too much shit in the past. It's bad publicity for us and bad publicity for the Star Wars license. So they were probably like, let's just open it up, but let's not have any bad ideas of just like cutting EA out of the picture completely, because they do have games on the side. But yes, I am looking forward to see what they will create. Now I've gone through all the news, I'd love to know your opinions about this sort of stuff. Like, what do you think could possibly happen with the Star Wars license now? Who do you think could be great to work with on the Lucasfilm IPs? There will be a video coming up soon, all by myself, who I think my personal choices should be. Also, tomorrow, do expect a video on my opinion and discussion on CD Projekt Red's apology. We'll be doing a live reaction to it. Not a live reaction, just a reaction, sorry. But yes, look forward to that. I'd love to know what you think of all these topics. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again on the next video.